And welcome back for another episode of Mr. Dunn's Classroom. Today you are going to do, the project that you're missing is the 1-point perspective name. So we do this in Foundations 2 sometimes when you're stuck at home and you need a project to do, because you've done it already in 1. So hopefully in Foundations 1 you got that figured out enough to help you get through this one. Although I am going to walk you through this, actually draw it with you. Because it's always more complicated than other projects. So you're going to do your name in a 1-point perspective, okay? So you have to draw it out first like this. You see that? So it's going off to this 1 point. And then from there, we can color it up. Make sure that that's lined up with the camera. There we go. Okay. Then from there, we're going to color it. And then it comes to life. So it's big out on a field with the landscape behind it, sky, your road, maybe a sidewalk. Then you start adding details of trees getting smaller, people, a bench. There, it's so big it's a house now. It's getting big to small, right? So remember, the top lines up with the vanishing point, the bottom the vanishing point, the sidewalk, the road, even the mountains get smaller as they get further away. But how do we get this part, the side, the part in red? That's why I did it with 2 tones. This is just drawn out, getting smaller, but the sides are straight, flat, and they go down. And this is actually, see, that's actually flat across the page. Right, so we're going to draw that together today. All right, let's get started. Let me show you more examples, actually. Here's Coles. Isn't that cool? Coles is cool. I like its kind of green, brown mountain, clouds, sky. Simple road. Here's Zach's. We know whose it is because there's the name. All right. Marvin's. He's got some issues here, a little bit like it's falling backwards. And the sidewalk lines aren't correct either. Some blue out on the water. That looks fun. Okay, and there we go. That's a cool sun. Now let's get started. Okay, here's our paper. Here's our ruler. Make it clear so you can see through it, and a pencil. That's all you need. We're going to try to draw this. Okay, so we're going to make this V from the horizon line, vanishing point. Maybe we'll add all this in next, and then we'll start doing the letters. We'll do the front face of each letter first, and then we'll go straight across, flat, to add the thickness straight across. Okay? So, you know, halfway of 9 is 3.5. No, that's not right. 4.5 is 9. So right there. We're straight across there. Boom. Okay, nice and I don't want to be too dark, but I want you to be able to see that vanishing point right here. Okay. Top of my letters going to that point. I'm going to the top corner of the page. Okay. And the bottom of the letters is going to come down here. Alright. So my letters are going to go from here to here. Oh, I can put a sidewalk in there if I want, like I have on my other picture. Do a step down from the sidewalk to the street, so it's a pretty thin line, and then the street itself. All right, so we got all these lines fanning out. All right, you want the dotted line in the street while we're here? Bunch of dots, little dashes, longer dashes, longest dash. There you go. So it goes little dots, dash, big dash. Got a funny line there. All right, sidewalk lines, if you want, they're going to be flat, straight across, flat, parallel with your horizon line. So they look really long across there. If you want to have a couple, that's. All right, so we have some sidewalk lines. Now, the letters. So the top of my J is already formed there for me. I need to go a little further there. Let's go up to there. So I'm going to go straight up and down on that. And I'm going to allocate about this much space for the J. J, A, S, O, N. So you can mark out your name. Now the bottom of the J, of the top part, there and there. Now we need to come all the way down to here. That's a tall J. We're going to start curving like right here. And the end of the J is going to be here, I guess. Alright. Then we've got to curve this part. It's going to look a little funky at first. So we want it to be the same thickness as we go around the corner across. That's the tricky part on these letters. You just keep adjusting it until it looks somewhat right. There we go. Okay, we're going to colored pencil it and hide a lot of that. Alright. Now the top of this line is going to the vanishing point. There we go. We have the face, front face of this. We can do that to all the letters, and then we'll come back and then we would do the thickness. So to create the thickness on it that you see here, these lines are going straight across. So here we go. Flat. Parallel with the ground. There's a line. You can't see that one, but we can get this corner. Make sure we're flat. 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 You notice that's why I started my here. I left space for this. When I was doing the face, I didn't take it all the way up to the edge. Then you couldn't show the side of this. Then we go to the vanishing point again, and we line up. I gotta do this. And we line up all our little tags here. There, and there, and there. All right? So now you can see the bottom. This is above our eyesight, so we can see the bottom of it. Just like this is below, so we should be able to see the top of this. Right? And now we're gonna. This is really thick, though. Thin it up a little bit. All right. Oh, lines up perfectly with this. I don't like that. Can't see through the building. Through the letter. It comes down. We're going to make this bigger. It looks funny. So this comes down and then curves. This one's going to go bigger over here. We're going to bring this like that. Okay, I like that better. This should be to the vanishing point, I think. Okay, so this comes down, hits that. Then, this is flat, the bottom of the letter, and it parallels this curve. Right? And then this is straight across as well. Should be able to see the top of this because it is below the vanishing point. So I'm not sure how we can do that. Let's go like that and like that. It's really small. That one's too high. Like the roof on a 2-point perspective building. Sometimes you can see the roof. Well, the closer it is to this line, the thinner that will be. So that's the only one I'm going to have the trouble. Maybe the back of my S down here. All right, there's our first letter. So that's all you do. Then you repeat it. My A, maybe here and here. So I got a big A. If I go straight up and down here, just up there, I gotta make my A go there. All right. I like maybe that'll be perfect line from the A there. So let's go here. All right, parallel that. Parallel this line and this one. Alright. And that can continue right on down here. Let's go there. And there. So I use my horizon line to be the bottom of the A there. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I did. I see I did that before too, so there we go. So there's the face of the A facing us. And again, to give it perspective now, parallel with the horizon line, right there. Tag back. Tag back. Notice I'm always doing these tags on the left side of the letter because they're going away from us. We can only see the left side of each letter. We can't see the other side, so don't try to make a 3-dimension out here or on this side of here. This is going to be, how can I go flat? It's already flat. That's because I did that wrong. The bottom of this letter is supposed to go to the vanishing point. It goes up like that, I think. Okay, now you can go all the way up in here with this thickness, there, and there. And this one goes all the way down. That's an easy one. To there. Erase that. Alright, and there's an A. Block letter is a little bit easier than having curves. So the S here is difficult, and I got to freehand it multiple times. But here's our mark for our S here to here, straight up and down. So I got the top here, the bottom's down here. So an S, you do the top, the outside of the S. As it comes down, it becomes the inside of the S. So it's small, so it looks silly like that. But when you redo this part, now you do the outside of it. Oops, a little too big there. You come up. There we go. Inside, outside to the inside, and then inside to the outside. Basically 2 S's. My J is lower than that, but I think that's fine. Straight across. Good enough. And the smaller it gets, the harder it is to be really good detail. So now remember, we're trying to do the left side of all of this stuff. So the front of the S needs to go to this vanishing point, like that. The extension on the S needs to be straight across. That goes up and curves away, it's gone. This is straight across. And to the vanishing point, you create these diamond shapes here, like on the top of the J. We'll have to do the same thing down here. Now, back here, I feel like we're a little big here. I'm gonna shrink that up. This way we can do the flat part out. And from here, parallel the line, parallel this one. All the way up. Oops. It will get a little thinner under here, as I recall. So let's get a little bit thinner there. It might get bigger here. And it's going to disappear there. Right? This one. Oops, let's get this flat. Flat. And it's going to go up. There's that line. Boy, that is so flat. Very difficult to make a diamond top on that. But we'll add a little something. Alright, then you look at it and say what looks funny and try to fix it. So you can see these curved lines letters are the most difficult. To me, this is all weird. I think this should come up higher here before it goes flat. There we go, and then comes down. Yeah, I'm moving too fast trying to get this done. Alright, a circle, it's curved, but it is a little easier. Because you just have the, I'm going to go flat here, curve, flat here, curve. So I kind of keep the bottom and top flat. In the middle I just do an oval that keeps the same thickness everywhere. Now they're starting to overlap, so this is straight across and straight across. This one just has a curve for the inside. And then this one's curved, parallel that O all the way around. There we go. An N, straight up and down. Coming down a bit, not long, it's not an H, so be careful you don't make an H with your N. I'm going to go all the way down here. Then I'm going to go up and up. We're going to have a curve like that. As long as this isn't long, it won't look like an H as much, even though the legs are long. It's because our perspective is down on the ground looking up, so it looks big. Round that off a little more. JSON, there's my name. Okay, again, flat, flat, flat line. Okay, straight up and down with those. Straight up and down here. And you get the thickness on the side. Whew, there we go. And then from there, have some fun, color, and that'll hide a lot of your problems. Try to do two-tone on the letters. Okay, so you can see them better. If you color it all the same, it really hides the 3D effect there. Add your background and your sky and your foreground, whatever you want to do. Person on a bike, that was difficult. Trees, bushes, buildings, airplanes, cars, whatever you want to do. Got your name in perspective. So spend most of your time getting this right. Everything else is fast and fun and easy. You got this. Have a good day.